Frank Lampard returns to Stamford Bridge as Chelsea host Derby County in the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup. Chelsea aim to progress and keep their unbeaten start going, while Derby will be looking to cause another major upset after already eliminating Manchester United, as Eden Hazard is still out, but Chelsea do also face quite a few other injury concerns, especially within the attacking players. To find out about all of that and everything else you need to know about both sides ahead of the game, make sure you watch all of this preview. Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my preview of the Chelsea versus Derby County game in the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup, like I said already. And it's one of them games that you're looking forward to. Of course, it's taking place tomorrow night, and it's going to be strange seeing Frank Lampard returning, as an opponent. Of course, he did the same already when he was with Manchester City, but it's still strange. It's going to be strange, but at the same time, I think all of us, or at least most of us, are looking forward to it at the same time. So, of course, this is the preview. There will be a review. There will be fan cams. There will be a vlog. There will be all sorts of content coming out, as there is for every single game, and obviously other midweek content as well. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that, then make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea if you haven't already. And also, let's see whether we can hit 500 or more likes on this video. That would actually be massively appreciated and shows us that you do enjoy our content. So smash that like button down below. That'd be absolutely class. But now getting into the preview and starting it off by speaking about our opposition. Now, before getting into Frank Lampard and Jody Morris and Mason Mount and Fikayo Tomori, etc., let's talk some stats first. So in the Championship, where Derby County obviously are, they currently sit in 6th, the last playoff spot that is, on 25 points from 15 games. But only actually 4 points of Sheffield United, who are top. Now from the 15 games so far, they've managed to win 7, draw 4 and lose 4 as well, while scoring 22 goals themselves and conceding 16. Now their form in the last 5 games has been a bit strange. Some outstanding results like beating Sheffield United 2-1, who are obviously, like I said, top of the league, and a 4-1 away win over West Brom, who are level on points with Derby right now, but just ahead of them on goal difference still. So those are 2 incredible results. Last on the weekend, they got a draw, at Middlesbrough, and 2 more other draws in the last 5 games as well. And it's actually been over a month, though, since their last defeat, which was away at Bolton back in September, only a couple of days after their incredible cup coup of beating Manchester United at Old Trafford on penalties, after the game obviously finished at, 2-2 after 90 minutes. And, if you didn't know, if you forgot, no more extra time in the League Cup this season, so straight to penalties if it's a draw after 90 minutes. So with the stat talk being out of the way, basically, it sure does look like good old Frank Lampard is doing some job at Derby so far this season. And don't forget, this is his first ever season as a manager. He hasn't even worked as an assistant or youth team coach full-time anywhere. Although obviously while finishing his coaching badges, recently, he did, come to Cobham at Chelsea quite a lot and worked with our youth teams, especially Jody Morris's team, who now is obviously Frank Lampard's assistant at Derby County. So I am really looking forward to seeing him back at the Bridge, even though it's going to be a bit weird. And I mentioned him earlier already, the Lonies. 19-year-old centre midfielder Mason Mount and 20-year-old centre-back Fikayo Tomori. Both on loan from Chelsea at, Derby County. Have been given permission by Chelsea to play against us. And that is a decision that a lot of people like a lot. Some people think it's a bit questionable because we should always, help ourselves as much as we possibly can within the rules, basically. So that decision, we'll just see after the game whether it was a good one or not. But, it's just the case. And they're going to probably start and play at Stamford Bridge tomorrow, and both of them have been doing very, very well so far this season at Derby. Mason Mount starting all 18 games in all competitions so far for them. They basically play every 3 days. So to start all of them, fair play to him, fitness-wise, fair play. Hopefully, he's not going to get injured because of it along the way. But so far, he's been doing incredibly well, scoring 5 goals along the way, 3 of which in the league, plus 1 assist as well. And, Mason Mount did pick up a minor foot injury on the weekend against Middlesbrough, but he should apparently be okay to play tomorrow. But Fikayo Tomori as well, playing a lot of games, played 14 of the 15 games in the league so far, and getting quite a few praises for his performances as well. So fair play. They're both doing very, very well. But alongside them two as well, especially going forward, they're a very good team. Tom Lawrence, Jack Marriott, David Nugent, Harry Wilson as well, the Welsh youngster. They're all, scoring goals, doing well. And, they're part of the reason why, Derby are doing well and why they're 6th in the Championship and not far off top at all. Like, even if Manchester United were in a bit of a bad state at the time, beating Man United at Old Trafford is never something to disregard. And Man United didn't even rest that many players. Like, Man United fielded a strong team. Yes, it wasn't their very first team, but it was still a very strong team. So it will be difficult tomorrow against Derby County. I do expect that. I've watched them, quite a few times already this season as well. And at times especially, they've looked very, very good, especially against Sheffield and West Brom. They've looked good, with their 4-3-3 formation, pretty attacking football. And it's just good to see, Frank Lampard on the sidelines celebrating their wins and goals. It's great. It's great. But of course, even though they are a good team, we are, of course, the favourites and we should win. So that's really it about Derby County, and now getting into Gianfranco Zola's pre-match press conference. Again, like it was for the last round in the Carabao Cup against Liverpool, pre-match and post-match interviews and press conferences are held by Gianfranco Zola rather than Maurizio Sarri. Now, firstly, Zola found very nice and praising words about both Frank Lampard and his assistant Jody Morris, but said it won't be an easy game against them. They play good football and have very good players like Chelsea's own Mason Mount, but also Lawrence, Wilson, Nugent, the same ones that I mentioned already, basically. And we'll have to play, the game with a lot of respect for them, because otherwise it could go badly, basically, he said. On Mason Mount, Zola actually went into quite a bit more detail as well and revealed that Sarri gave Zola the task to analyse the players that were on loan last season. And, that obviously included Mason Mount, who was on loan at Vitesse in the Dutch league last season. And Zola stated actually that he was really impressed with Mason Mount when he analysed him, and actually said to Sarri that he's one for us. And it was originally actually the plan to keep Mason Mount at Chelsea at the club for at least pre-season, if not, throughout the season, full time basically. But then the opportunity to play every week at Derby in the Championship in a very competitive, league, as Zola said, came up, and it was decided that that would be a great move for the player. Zola then praised especially his footballing brain, how quickly he can figure things out on the pitch, just mentally. He's just very good, footballing wise, basically. But obviously also his technical abilities. But Zola did say that, of course, he still has to improve physically. Of course, he's very young. He's only 19 years of age. But Mount is getting on very well at Derby so far. And Zola said, he's really looking forward to seeing him play at Stamford Bridge, actually. And said that it will also be good, a good indication for us as Chelsea, to see him play against us. On the injury concerns within the squad, Zola said that Hazard is doing much better and is likely to join full training again tomorrow, and is therefore very unlikely to feature tomorrow. But according to Zola, he's looking quite good, for the weekend to play against Crystal Palace. Other than that, Pedro, with that stomach issue that actually forced him off, at Burnley, it wasn't anything to do with his shoulder issue that he picked up, at PAOK a few weeks back, but, it was a stomach issue that forced him off, and apparently that's still a little bit, of a problem kind of thing. He has been better, Zola said, but, again, it's still a little bit of a problem. And also Olivier Giroud is a doubt with a fatigue problem in one of his legs, These fatigue things just happen with footballers, especially as Giroud isn't exactly the youngest anymore. And both of them will be assessed tomorrow. But I'd say personally, I think they're very unlikely to feature, especially to start. I don't think either of them will start. But there is actually good news, injury-wise, about Ethan Ampadu, as the Welshman has actually rejoined full training yesterday after obviously the knee injury he suffered, away on Wales duty, a few weeks back. And, he's now back in training. And Zola said that it will be decided tomorrow whether Ampadu might actually be in the squad against Derby. Obviously, let's be honest, we all know he's not going to start, but at least maybe he'll be on the bench. That will be decided tomorrow. That was really everything from Zola's press conference, and now coming to Chelsea. Speaking about our lineup, obviously what to expect from the game, and also my score prediction ahead of it. Now, lineup-wise, I expect a very similar team to the team that, we started against Bate last Thursday, to start tomorrow. But I do think Willy Caballero will actually be in goal. I mean, he was in the last round against Liverpool at Liverpool, so I'm pretty sure he will be again tomorrow. Now, for the back four, I'd hope for the same as last Thursday, of Zappacosta on the right, Emerson on the left, Gary Cahill and Christensen down the middle as the two centre-backs. Then a midfield three of, I'd suggest, probably Cesc Fabregas, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Mateo Kovacic. That's, I think, the most likely. Although, Jorginho did get subbed off against Burnley without any injury concerns, so maybe that hints at him starting again tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. But I would be majorly surprised if Danny Drinkwater all of a sudden made an appearance, because he obviously hasn't so far this season. Maybe he'll be on the bench. We'll see about that, but I very much doubt that he'll get a start. But then coming to the front three, we obviously don't even have that many players available there, actually. I mean, Hazard is out. Like I said, I don't expect either of Pedro or Olivier Giroud to start. So we're only really left with four options that can really start. So that's Morata, obviously, who will start up front as the striker. Willian, Moses and Hudson-Odoi as the three players that could start on either wing, basically. So, Willian, in my opinion, needs a rest. And come on, I mean, Derby are a good team, but they're still a lower league team. So, isn't this an opportunity to give Willian a rest and also start, Hudson-Odoi and, then just put Moses on the other wing, basically. Although I personally wouldn't mind Hudson-Odoi and Willian starting, because I don't really rate Moses that highly. A lot of you give me stick for it because apparently I'm too harsh on him, which I disagree with. I just don't rate him very highly as a winger. But still, I want Willian to get a rest, so I'd rather see Hudson-Odoi and Moses, and I think that should be fine. Have Willian on the bench and, bring him on if we need him, but hopefully we won't. That would obviously be the best. But do I expect Sarri to do that? Do I expect Sarri to start Hudson-Odoi? To be honest, no. I'm a bit worried he's going to start Willian and Moses. But, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I've put Hudson-Odoi in my predicted lineups a few times already this season, and he's never started a game. So today, I'm not going to put him in my predicted lineup and just hope that he starts. don't put him in there. So running through the team that I think Sarri is most likely to field tomorrow, like I said, Caballero in goal, a back four of Zappacosta and Emerson as the fullbacks, and Gary Cahill and Andreas Christensen as the two centre-backs, a midfield three of Cesc Fabregas, maybe Jorginho, but I think Fabregas is more likely, Mateo Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, then a front three of Willian on the left, Victor Moses on the right, and Alvaro Morata starting up front. But again, fingers crossed that Hudson-Odoi starts, I really hope so, but let's not jinx it kind of thing. And quite frankly, we really should win. But I do expect Derby to cause us a good bit of trouble. But it's always the same. I'm going to say again, keep the ball, dominate the game, don't make silly mistakes, make the opposition run, tire them out, create chances, and take the chances. That's what we should do, that's what we have to do, and then we're going to win basically. But like I said, I do expect Derby to cause us quite a bit of trouble. And, my score prediction is going to be a 2-1 win. A 2-1 win for Chelsea, but, tighter than maybe we'd like. Obviously it would be nice if we could just beat them, quite convincingly 2-3, 4-0 or something like that. That would be nice. But I don't expect that. But yeah, like I said, 2-1 is my prediction. So, of course, leave me all of your thoughts ahead of the game down in the comments section below. Are you looking forward to Frank Lampard returning to Stamford Bridge? Are you looking forward to seeing Mason Mount and Fikayo Tomori play against us? What are your score predictions? What are your lineup predictions? Do you think Callum Hudson-Odoi will start? Leave me your thoughts on all of that down in the comments section below. Also, like I said in the beginning, let's see whether we can hit 500 or more likes on this video. That'd be massively appreciated. If you could smash the like button down below, that'd be absolute class. As always, don't forget to check out my social media, which is Laos1507 on both Instagram and Twitter, as you can see over here, and also the links to both of them are down in the description. So if you could follow me there, that'd be absolutely class. And of course, this is YouTube, so if you have not already, do make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell button and choose to be notified about all uploads so you don't miss any of our future videos. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.